has been a highly requested video for a very long time. We are all so intrigued on how other people store their makeup. I know I'm always intrigued and I want to see how people's beauty spaces look. So ask and you shall receive. This is a tour of my beauty room and how and where I store all of my makeup. The fanciest of makeup space. I work with what I have over here and I'm slowly acquiring more organization things for my makeup, but nonetheless I sure do have a lot of makeup stored. If you want to see how and where I store my makeup, then just make sure to keep on watching. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe. I put out content weekly, so you don't want to miss out on all the fun. Also, make sure to check the down bar for all my other links to all my other social media platforms. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop on in and I will show you guys where I store all this makeup. Now, I don't have the nice fancy white Alex drawers. I'm not privileged enough yet to have an entire room for my beauty space. I'm working on that as we speak. The seed has been planted. I am in conversation with my husband to try to get our office room that we share together to possibly use and for my makeup and filming purposes. So in the meantime, I have been trying to play with different videos and filming in different spots in my house to see what potentially works best for you guys. If you guys are okay with this type of a background, just comfortable on my vanity, or would you prefer more of a professional wall or a backdrop? These are all just things that I'm toying with and trying to figure out as I go. I want to constantly invest in my channel and try to improve it and bring you guys better quality content as often and as much as I possibly can. So this is basically my, what I like to call my little beauty nook. This is my beauty corner. And it is just the corner, essentially, of my bedroom here. And we just work with what we got over here. So for the sake of the microphone not being so bouncy, I did go ahead and remove the microphone just because it was bouncing a lot. So yeah, this is my beauty corner. I have a lot of different nooks and crannies and places where I store things. And we're going to go over everything into detail, into the drawers. We're going to go into these storage units, and then of course at the end we'll go into the biggest one of all, which is the mothership where the majority of my makeup is stored. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview. So this is like my dresser here. I have products over there that I am waiting to like review that I received in PR, some things that I'm selling on my jewelry box right there. And if you come into here, now this is my office space. There's where my computer is, and then I also have the umbrella lights here. So yes, I just picked these umbrella lights up on Amazon, and I do have that listed down below in the description of all my videos on what everything I use to film my videos. So I'm just trying to play around with the fact of how and where to use these umbrella lights because they are so big. As you can see, they are umbrella lights and they are from Mount Dog. I'm actually trying to think about maybe taking the decals off of this wall right here so I can sit up against this wall and have it as my backdrop, and that way I can then turn on the beauty lights and film right here. I did film a video against this wall with the stickers on there, so I hope it comes out okay. Again, I'm just trying to toy around with different areas in my house to see what all works best as far as my content for you guys. Back to the beauty corner here, my little beauty nook. If we sit here on the top, the vanity top is nice and clean. I do have some storage for some lipsticks. I have another ring light right there for lighting, as well as these lights that go around. Those are really great for lighting. And then I have a ton of brushes right there. Those aren't all my brushes, but they are a lot of them. We're just gonna start from the top here. here. Now again, these are all of like my go-to brushes that I use on a regular basis or quite often. And this one is stored in a BH Cosmetics little brush holder. And then back here I have all of my face brushes that I use. I still need to wash them, so please don't judge. And then up here I have a lot of my like smaller, more detailed brushes, and I actually did this as a DIY. I picked this vase at the Dollar Tree as well as the marbles. So I literally did this for what, $2 is all it cost, and it's just a great way to really just hold and store some of your makeup brushes. On the top of the vanity there isn't much. There was so much stuff, and I did recently clean it off, so I'm really happy about that. I do, however, have a couple of my go-to like lipsticks up here that I'm currently using and trying out, like the new Huda Beauty cream lipstick. There is another matte Huda Beauty. I have the Kristen Audette lipstick. This is the Mel Thompson Kristen Audette, the Beauty lipstick. It is just a gorgeous lipstick, as well as a Jouer one back there. These are all just brand new, except for the Buxom gloss. Now that is like one of my favorite glosses, so I just keep it up here because I do use it a lot. And then if we go up here, you'll see I have another little DIY. Now I just got this mirror at the Dollar Tree as well as this vase. So again, for $2, you have another little DIY storage thing, and I have all of my sponges in here, all my makeup sponges. And then if we go up here, this is just like an old antique little mini dresser. And here I just store like all of my mini perfumes. I have some like potted cream shadows, as well as my Maybelline gel eyeliners in there. Just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Some eyeliner sharpeners. Now this is like one of my favorite mirrors. This is from Impressions Vanity. So if you open it up, you can see it actually has a really decent amount of lighting on it. So when I go to use that, I actually pull it down like this. You can hold your finger on it to adjust the brightness, but I like to have it at its brightest capacity. It just folds in and out, and it is super convenient. I use that every single day that I do my makeup. Now over here, you'll see another plastic organizer. These are like great for really organizing and holding a lot of your makeup products. I think I got this on Facebook Marketplace some years ago for like $5, and it's just great. So this is a separate addition to it. Just a bunch of different lipsticks up here. Like this lifts up, but I don't want to lift it because it's kind of holding my ring light up. And then I have some more of my go-to lippies up here, which I'm actually working on my lipstick declutter, so that video should be coming relatively soon. I'm really going to try to get that into 2 videos tops, but no more than 2, just because I have 300 lippies to go through, so it's going to be a process, as is the rest of my collection, which you guys are going to see how and where I store it on how much stuff I have on this video. Yes, I just have a bunch of lippies up there and just some great go-to favorite formulas of mine of lipsticks, and they just look pretty up there. I kind of like them sitting right there. So then if you open up the drawers, here in the smaller drawer is just a bunch of minis and like smaller products. So like my Becca little mini under eye brightener corrector. This is like everybody's jam. Mini eyeshadow from Kylie Cosmetics. And I have some more minis back here, like the mini Bye Bye Under Eye, a mini glowy primer, a mini mascara, just a bunch of minis in that drawer. And then over here to the next drawer is just a bunch more miscellaneous products. So like a lip balm. I have one of the L'Oreal Amber Rush eye pots. This is actually in the shade Pinky Promise. It's really gorgeous. Oh, just miscellaneous, a little mini puff, another little mini lip balm. So just little small things that can fit into those 2 drawers. And then if we open up the bigger drawer, I have over here just some of my stones that I like to use for, you know, when you get really creative with your makeup, from Get Stoned. Literally the best gemstones out there on the market, and they're like $6, I want to say. Now in here I have a lot of like my colorful eyeliners. Kind of matches my nails. where I store all my colorful eyeliners as well as my brow pencils. Now, I am more of a brow powder girl, so a lot of my brow pencils are drying out. Another reason why I need to go through and declutter my entire makeup collection. But these pastel liners from LA Girl and these neon ones are to die for. I have almost every single color, especially of the colorful ones. These are great. I really love those. So all my colorful liners sit there. And then over here, just some miscellaneous things, Pixie product and some mini lippies. And if we open up the bottom drawer, we have a ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. This is in the shade Smoke and Whistles. It's actually a really pretty highlighter. And then we have some ColourPop Super Shocks, as well as some more potted cream shadows. And then a Maybelline face palette, the face contour, which is actually really good. And then just a little cream blush from AOA, which I have never even used yet. That's what's in the bottom drawer there. And then of course, Miss Tatcha sits right on top because she is just worthy of that, to be on the top of the vanity all by herself. Over here to the first nook of my beauty space, and as you can see, it's just a corner of, literally the corner of my bedroom. I have all kinds of different things stored down here, and as you can see, this little guy is super crusty and super dirty. I need to wipe it down. Now, I do clean my makeup, but just not the thing that it's sitting on, so let's pay that no attention. Now these, I have to go down here and kind of show you guys. These are actually magazine holders. And again, I got these at the Dollar Tree for $1 as well. And they are great for storing and holding my eyeshadow palettes. That's what I really like to use them for. Or like your face palettes. So like these are all of my face palettes. And I managed to get them all into one basket. So that's really incredible. So these are all my face palettes down here. And then if we go back up here, again, these are like all of my palettes that I'm currently either trying to use or use every day. Just a spot that's really easy for me to reach for them when I'm sitting right here on my vanity. So they're right here in the corner. And again, these are just like some of my go-to day-to-day, everyday palettes. Just new palettes that I have yet to reach for. I kind of set back here so that it's easy and accessible for me. This is just a Pop Beauty Makeup Mist Magnet. I use this for my shimmers to really intensify them. And I have another setting spray over here, as well as some cream shadows down here from Wet n Wild. There's not much I can do about this cord because it essentially plugs in everything, and especially all of those wires. Like, I wish I knew what to do to clean those up and to organize them, but we're not going to talk about that right now. If we come down here in the corner, this is the nook of my beauty space, basically, all down here. Now I have another little mini drawer organizer, and on top I have a couple of the Maybelline Liftier glosses, as well as my Milk Makeup Matte Bronzing Stick. Love that. And then I also have another tin that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. These are great for organization. Inside of it is just like all of my full-size mascaras, as well as some liquid liners, some cream brow bone pencils, and just some goodies up there. And then if we open the drawer, you'll see I just have some minis and stuff in here, like the mini Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I have a mini Bite mascara, some Molten Cream shadows, just some brow gels, and just some miscellaneous goodies in there. And then on the bottom one is some more of my Super Shock shadows, as well as these Prismetal eye chromes from J-Cat Beauty. These are amazing. They're really good. I have this organizer down here, as you can see, kinda. That's what it looks like. And I just have the brow gel that I'm currently trying to finish, some mini glosses, as well as a mini Fenty gloss, a full-size Fenty gloss, and then I have some of the Urban Decay glitter liners in here, another gloss from Persona, a mini ABH eye primer back there, and then I have all of my NYX Vivid Brights liquid liners in here. I really love those. Some ABH lipsticks, as well as another gloss from Jeffree Star. Now, going down even further into the corner over here. Over here in the farthest corner is my Good Molecule silicone-free priming moisturizer. Love that. Behind that is a tin of the mini of the nude sticks. And then I have another setting spray from D'Alba, as well as these eye decal stickers. Now these are great. These you can get on Amazon. I think I got this whole big pack of these for like $6. And I do have my Amazon link in the description box if you're interested. I have some glitters down here. And then of course another jar for all my lip liners. And as you can see, I have a ton of lip liners. Not one person needs all of these lip liners. Some of them are eyeliners from Morphe. I have Maybelline. I have some ColourPop. I have all kinds of different lip liners in there, which I'm excited to finish doing this declutter of mine so that I can get rid of some of these lip liners and just a lot of my makeup in general, because as you guys are seeing, I just have a lot of stuff, like too much at this point. And then right here, I have another plastic organizer, and inside of that is my NYX Bear With Me. I love that, and the ColourPop, as well as some primers here, just some mini mascaras that I either need to try to use or get rid of. I have a random e.l.f. gloss back there. I have my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I love and use that often, and just some more glowy primers. And then over here, in this corner, I have two baskets actually that are sitting on top of each other, and this one just has my Lunar Beauty lip glosses in that I recently picked up. I love these. A mini Becca First Light Priming Filter, my Aqua Assurance Compact Powder Foundation, love that, and my Physicians Formula Blush Multi-Defense Stick. These are great. This is in the shade Warm Coral. I've been using this a lot with that new blush trend, that blush technique. It's been great. Underneath, it's just some more miscellaneous minis and stuff, little glosses, Huda Beauty minis. And then if I lift this up, underneath of this, I have another basket that basically stores and holds my makeup wipes that I use only for my makeup brushes. These are only $1, so I just use those for my makeup brushes. And then I also have some shadow shields there. So then now, if you see here, I have this little basket that sits on the floor, and there's just more stuff in there. This is my rag that I use to wipe off my brushes, another selfie light. I already showed you guys the brushes and stuff down here, my go-to brushes. And then again, my face palettes are underneath there. And if I lift this up, you'll see inside is my go-to Tweezerman's mirror. I love this. I use it every single day. So I have it kind of sitting on top so it's easy accessible for me. And then I have the Tom Ford So's Le Sable Quad. And then basically it's like my single shadows are in here I like to store. And then as well as a little handy fan to dry my face off. And another basket with some more foundations. And then inside here is just some more stuff basically. And it's like a bunch of glowy primers and just some more primers and stuff. And then I just recently moved these down here. They were actually on top up here, but I didn't want it bleeding through all my little space that I already have. So I moved them down here, and it's just like my Tarte Found Sealer that I'm currently using, my Fix Plus, some more setting sprays, my Too Faced concealer, and then I have my scale here that I weigh some of my Project Pan items, and then I have a notebook for when I used to be such an avid Project Panner and would like be so dedicated and write everything down. I mean, I still write stuff down, just not like I used to. That's basically everything that goes into this little basket. So then now we are coming over here to some more organizers, as you can see. If I stand up, you can see that where we were just now, which is down here in the corner. Here's my little vanity again. Now we are currently over here, so we're almost there. And then we just have the big monster organizer drawer last, and then that will be it. Back down here to the little mini drawers on top, I just have my Kat Von D. This is the Alchemist little palette, and it's gorgeous, like duochrome type of different shades. And then I have my old Profusion brows, which I use every single day. I am so close to finishing the dark shade in here. It's really all I use in there, so pay no attention to the rest. So let's just go ahead and go on into these drawers. Now this is two of these, as you can see, 1, 2. So I bought 2 of them and then just stacked them on top of each other, and you can pick these up at Walmart. They're really great for for storage. In the top, I have mostly highlighters, and this is just like highlighter overflow. As you saw, I have some in my drawers that I reach for, and then I have them over here as well. So it's just some highlighters, Ofra, my Becca, Fenty back there, ColourPop, the Flexitarian, can't go without that. That is one of the most beautiful highlighters. And then the e.l.f. Jelly highlighter, and this is in the shade Cloud. It's actually really pretty. And then the next drawer down is like bronzer overflow. I have my Lumi bronzer in here. Love this. And then I also have the Fenty bronzer, the Sunstalker bronzer. And then I have a face powder back there from Flower Beauty and just some more little mini bronzers as well as the e.l.f. Down to the next drawer is concealers. Now, this is pretty much all of my concealers, I believe. There might be a couple some other places, but this is mainly the majority of them, and as well as a couple of the OMFG cake liners, and these are really great for just really getting creative, doing graphic liners. I love those. And then a cream gel liner from ColourPop in the shade Boots, which is the pink shade. Just a lot of different concealers in here, and they're mostly all drugstore concealers, so they're all really great. Down to the next drawer is just miscellaneous stuff in here, no rhyme or reason. And again, the majority of my storage, I don't really like, everything is organized and put into its own place, but they're not organized by categories, like all highlighters in one drawer, all bronzers in one drawer, etc. So they're organized but not by category. So I have the e.l.f. highlighter in here. This is really good. And then my Charlotte Tilbury micro powder. I have a Milani blush down here that's really good, and a Stila, some lipstick, some lip gloss, and one of the ColourPop Glittery Obsessed, and this is in the shade Trippin' on Skies. These are really gorgeous and really fun to play with as well as a jelly much shadow back there as well. And then there's another Glittery Obsessed and another little gloss. So just some miscellaneous goodies there. And then down to the next drawer, I have just a couple face palettes. This is the one from e.l.f. This is the Barely There. It is a really pretty face palette. And then the other one is like the cream one, which I'm actually going to be decluttering soon. And then I have some cream contour sticks, as well as some brushes back here, and another contour stick. And then on the last drawer down, you'll see that I just have a lot of like drugstore lipsticks that are really gorgeous shades. This is the Maybelline Hot Sands that Laura Lee raves about. It is a really great shade. And just a lot of Alame lippies and some Wet n Wild lippies, and then my Fit Me powders down here, and just a lot of like lippies and just lippy overflow essentially. So that's everything that's in that small little drawer. And then coming over here to this one. Now this I picked up at the Goodwill for like $3, and it's really cute, and it serves its purpose for being a great little organizer. So if we open up the top drawer up here, this is the remaining of my liquid like glitter shadows, which I used to be so obsessed with these, so I have quite a bit of them. These are the ones from Flower Beauty. These are actually really good. The ones from Flower Beauty are real good. They don't crack or cake up on your eye, so I really enjoy those. There's just a lot of them. I have a couple from Milani in here. I have a couple like knockoff brand ones, a couple Wet n Wild ones back there. So a lot of liquid glitter shadows. Then in the next drawer, we have just like an overflow of bronzers. Again, more bronzers. And then the Becca Awake Under Eye Primer, which is really good. I have my Huda Beauty Tan Tour in here. This is in the shade Medium. And then of course, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, a BH Cosmetics bronzer, and another e.l.f. bronzer. So then in the second drawer down is, guess what? More bronzers and more blushes. Another face powder, pressed face powder. This is the one from Physicians Formula, the healthy powder, and it's actually really good. I really enjoy that one. And then I have some Wet n Wild, the old school original blushes. These are the color Icon. They are so good. And then when we all used to know and rave about the Rimmel Stay Matte, really good actually. I have that. And then another Milani baked blush in there. And then on to the next drawer, we have just an overflow of like a lot of my tube products. So like the Flower Beauty Cream Blush, some sunscreen from Supergoop, and then just a couple different types of primers in here that I really haven't used yet or even opened. Those are what's in that drawer. And then on the bottom, we have just some miscellaneous goodies down here as well. Like a lot of my stick foundations. This one's really nice from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Stick Foundation. I have the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation, which I haven't really ever even used, I don't think. I actually want to set this up on my vanity so I can try to use it and see how good that actually even is. And then I have another one from Makeup Revolution. Now this one is actually in my summer shade right now, so I might want to put that up there too. So then that kind of frees up some space. And then I have some of the glosses from Revlon, which are actually really good. I'm actually going to put some more of my glosses in here since I have some free space. And essentially, once I'm done with my declutter, I would like to either get rid of this one or this one, because I want to try to downsize significantly and then try to put everything I have into this one big makeup organizer and move that somewhere else. Essentially, that's what the plan is. We're gonna see how we do. And then I also have a master blur stick from Maybelline, an old Morphe concealer, which this is actually what's really good. When I get to my concealers on my declutter, I will be probably decluttering it. And then we also have a glow drops from Sephora, stuff that I'm like, dang, I forgot all about. And then in the last drawer over here is some more bronzers. I have so many bronzers. This is the Milani Silky Matte. The lid is broken. And of course the Flower, which the lid is broken on that as well. So that's why they're kind of in here stored upright. And then the Collab Set the Stage loose setting powder, which is so good. I really highly recommend that. And it's sold at Sally Beauty. That's everything in this little organizer. We're doing pretty good, actually, moving right along. So then the last one that we have to go through is the biggest one of them all. And that's the big dresser. And as you see, I showed you guys all of my makeup and how I store it and where I store it. Pretty much everything over in this little corner. So now we're going to go ahead and finish it off and go through the biggest dresser of them all. And this is the one where I store the majority of my eyeshadow palettes. Just the rest of it. You'll see when I open the top drawer what I mean when I said I need to declutter some lipsticks, which that video is going to be coming soon. I think I'm just going to essentially open this up and have you guys hanging out somewhere right around here. And we're just going to go through these like right as they are in the drawer, just because there's so many. As you can see, I mean, it goes back in the back, and this is not all of them, because as you saw, there was some in there, there's some over there, there's some up there, there's some everywhere. I have close to 250 lippies at this point, so just a lot of these have got to go. So this is where the majority of them get stored though. So for now, we're just going through how I store stuff and where I store it. So again, the majority of them are in this drawer, and we'll be getting to those soon on the declutter. And then on the next drawer down is, again, no rhyme or reason to how I store things, just to try to get things somewhat organized. I do, however, have a couple things that I'm planning on decluttering. So like when I get to highlighters, I know there's going to be a couple of these I'm going to get rid of. And then this is not going anywhere. I still need to play with this. And I showed you guys this on my eyeshadow palette declutter. And it's just a paint palette, but it's never been used yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to go about playing with this, if I need to buy special brushes for it. So that's in there. I'm just going to set it up there for now and pull this out a little bit further without it falling down. So I have some more lipsticks. You'll see lipsticks are pretty much in every one of these drawers. So they're everywhere. So when we do get to the declutter, I am going to gather all of them up and put them all into this drawer. It'll be like an overflowing drawer, and then I'm going to set that somewhere and we'll go through them. Not one by one, that would take ages, but we will go through them and see what I'm going to keep and get rid of. Back to the drawer. Again, it's just some Essence Banana Bright powder in here. I have just some more bronzers and some more setting powders, and then another loose powder, the Maybelline one, the Pure Nude highlighter from Essence. I have some shadow shields that I really enjoy. Go through those like crazy. And then over here is some more. These are all basically primers and like BB creams. And then some little miscellaneous goodies back here. A lot of this stuff is going to be getting decluttered actually, just because I don't use it. And I have 2 of the Fit Me's. I just showed you another one. This is like a little blush puff thing, really cute. Got this sent over from Life Essence Artistry Studio. I haven't even really played with that. And then one of their Molten Shadows, which is actually a really gorgeous shade. If my hands weren't full, I would open it up and show you, but I gotta hold the camera. That's basically everything that's in that drawer. And then I have this Lottie London eye foil. So another eye foil. Underneath the highlighter, again, is just some fun, colorful lipsticks. That's everything that's in that drawer. Let's go ahead and go down to the next drawer. And here you'll see a lot more of blushes and highlighters. Now these are somewhat organized for me since I said I don't do them by category, by drawer. So this is about the most organized setup right here that I have as far as like having all my blushes together and all my highlighters together over here. And then back here is where I store all of my lashes because I am such a lash lover. And as you can see, the majority of them are from Coco Lashes, which is my absolute favorite brand of lashes. And then I also have a couple under here that are also from Lily Lashes as well. These are from Lust Beauty Cosmetics. They are really gorgeous lashes. So yeah, it's just a lot of lashes back there. And then over here is a lot of my loose glitters. So a couple from J-Cat Beauty, just a couple off-brands, Beauty Creations. As you can see, some BH Cosmetics ones, a one from AOA. This one, the little plug is missing. So thankfully it sits in there neatly. And then a couple from ColourPop as well. They're so gorgeous, but I just don't use them. There's another one from ColourPop, and then I have a little mini lit glitter glue, liquid glitter glue, which is really great for the loose glitters. And then I have a glitter here from Lit as well. A backup butter bronzer, just a lot of my loose glitters and stuff. And then again, over here is a ton of drugstore blushes and a lot of the drugstore highlighters, like the Wet n Wild ones. This is from Milani. This one right here, I actually want to pull that out and use that, but I'm just currently using so many new ones that I got. It's like, why did I get them? I don't need them. So yes, that's everything that was in drawer number 3. So we'll go ahead on to the 4th drawer. You'll see in here is just a lot of more miscellaneous products, like some more lipsticks. These are the Beauty Glaze Kylie Cosmetics like replica lippies of like her best-selling lipsticks, and they're actually pretty dang dead on. So it's like a mini pack of those. I do actually enjoy those, so put those up there. And then I have one of those Whoosh Beauty face palettes that Whoosh sent over to me. It's supposed to be like everything you need in the palette. They're actually really nice, as well as the pamphlet. And then what do you know, we have more lipsticks with some eye primers over here, and my e.l.f. glitter glue, as well as my BH Cosmetics glitter glue. Some more eye primers, quite a few of them actually over here, so I store them in here. And then some of the lipstick pencils. These are from Maybelline. These are really nice. These are just some fun lip liners and stuff, and these are from Profusion. And then over here, just a couple little brushes. Then my chapstick, as well as another potted shadow. This is the Amber Rush from L'Oreal. So beautiful. Just sits in a little bowl there. And then back here is the Fenty Beauty powder, really gorgeous powder. And then one of the mini Jouer blush duos. This is the rose gold one. It is really stunning. Then we have a couple more liquid lipsticks from ColourPop, and then I have the ColourPop bronzer, and this is in the shade Private Party. It's just rather difficult because I am holding the camera. It's a darker, beautiful bronzer. It actually would probably look good on me now because I'm getting more tan. And then the Laura Mercier pressed powder, the AOA Perfect setting powder, which is really good. And AOA's everything's for $1. 2 of the Wet n Wild loose glitters, the good old Coty Airspun back there, and then just the Pretty Vulgar highlights came from the only BoxyCharm I ever got one time years ago. At this point, it was 2 years ago, but it is a really pretty highlighter. And then I have another setting spray from Physicians Formula, a little brush, makeup brush cleaner, and a couple of the e.l.f. blush bronzer duos, and some more primer, and a Milani liquid lipstick. That is everything that is in drawer number 4. So on down to now the last 3. We made it to the end of how I store all my makeup, and the last 3 are all of the remaining of my eyeshadow palettes. Basically, there's a couple like foundations right here, but these bigger drawers is how I store all my eyeshadow palettes. And again, ideally, I probably will do another declutter at some point, because I want to try to get all my palettes into just these 3 drawers if I can, instead of them. Granted, I'll always have a couple over there in the corner that I'm going to reach for and use like go-to, but essentially I would like to have the remaining of them, remaining of everything basically fit into this one dresser thing, and then put this somewhere else, which actually I did a pretty good job of, because there are no more palettes like bleeding outside of here other than the face palettes underneath, but that's fine. I just wish I could do something about all those stinking wires, but there, it is what it is. We work with what we have. Back to the eyeshadow palette drawers. If you open them up, boom, you'll see so many palettes, so many palettes. There's definitely no need to pull all these out. You guys can go check out my declutter to see all these palettes one by one as I decluttered them and kept them, and so you can see all the ones I kept. But yes, they're just kind of organized a little bit and then kind of not. So I have like Huda Beauty palettes here, all my little e.l.f. minis here, my Natasha Denona minis here, some more Huda, some Dominique Cosmetics, and of course the big Be Perfect, which is out on the front, and then all my BH ones. So they are somewhat organized, but just not totally. And I have the Morphe Jaclyn Hill vault back there. On the second to last drawer, we have some more palettes, as well as some more setting sprays. Like I had said, this is the ABH Dewy set. And then I have my foundations in here that are currently not my shade. They're like my winter shade, so I put them over here since I won't really be using them until winter. And then just some more setting sprays, some more foundations. And then this is the Adept Build Your Own palette. I'm an affiliate for Adept as well, so they went ahead and sent this over and let me build my own eyeshadow palette. So this is what I came up with. Really pretty, actually. Their shadows are to die for. So that insert is what goes inside of here to make it a smaller, more curated palette if you wanted to. And then I just have like all of my ColourPop monochromatics right here, the Sigma, Zoeva Melody, and then my ABH palettes right there on top, and then the Dose of Colors over here. Back here is like my C. Tilbury Pillow Talk palette, the couple from Pinky Rose, another Dominique Cosmetics, the Tarte, and then a couple Juvia's Place palettes back there. So that's everything in that drawer. And then we made it to the end. This is the last drawer of my eyeshadow palettes, and it's just like the bigger ones that, you know, I have to kind of store upright. So like this is the Glam Light Ice Cream Dream, like a couple of the Morphe ones that I kept. This is the Beauty Bay Nikki Tutorials, Jeffree Star, the good old Jaclyn Hill original, and then I have the e.l.f. Retro, and just some more miscellaneous palettes, my Natasha Denonas. These are the smaller ones, Nabla, and then there is the Blue Blood back there. Some more smaller palettes right there. So yeah, you guys, we made it to the end. That is basically everything on how I store and where I store all of my makeup. I'm so glad you guys wanted to see this video. And just thank you for your continued support and love on my channel and helping me to get past 1,000 subscribers. It just means so much to me that so many of you have really been enjoying my content. Like, I couldn't have done this without you guys. And then the fact that you wanted to see my beauty space and where I store everything, it really does mean a lot to me, because again, I don't have like the fancy, beautiful white Alex drawers, and you know, ideally one day I would like to get to that point, but for now I just work with what I have, and I'm grateful for everything that I do have. I have a lot of makeup, and it just means so much to me that you guys wanted to see everything. That's everything for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. And of course, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know some of the things that you saw in my collection that you have been interested in. I would love to know. Until my next video, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye.